OG. I'm Samantha Nunley.
And I'm Ethan Stott. Today, we're going to update you on our new studio set that was donated to us by Fox 5, and a story about how our campus parking situation, Studio G, starts now.
Our first story is on our updated studio set that was donated to us by Fox 5. Gabria has the story.
New sets, relighting, and rebuilding. UNLV Studio G is now being renovated. The Rebels received a generous donation from local Vegas news station Fox 5 back in December. UNLV's School of Journalism offers a course for future journalists. Studio G is a student-produced live broadcast shown online Tuesday through Thursday at noon. The goal of Studio G is for students to graduate with the necessary skills to enter the job field. Current Studio G student George is ready for this new addition.
I think it's going to be more beneficial to all of us as students. We have different sets now, so we're going to have an anchor desk, we're going to have a weather desk, traffic desk, an interview set. We can do live interviews now. We're also going to have like the green screen for weather, which is we didn't get to do weather last semester, so it's going to be like an actual news show.
The Fox 5 set is in transition for the Rebels and will be the home for Studio G students. Tune in this spring live to check out this new addition. For Studio G, I'm Cabria Kirby.
A big thank you again to Fox 5 for your generous donation, and all of us here at Studio G really appreciate it.
If you listen to the radio, you might have heard KUNV 91.5 Jazz and More's evening host, Sam Mann. Here's Madison with the story.
.5 Jazz and More. Hey, good evening. Sam Mann hanging out with you from a beautiful campus of UNLV.
A DJ is making waves here on the campus of UNLV. Sam Mann, a UNLV senior and an evening host for KUNV's 91.5 Jazz and More, has been drawing in listeners all across the valley for the past year and a half.
This is not what I originally wanted to do. I actually wanted to go into music festival production. So I was working at the radio station as well, and I was offered a position in marketing originally. Then I moved to production and became a producer. And during that time, my boss heard a podcast that I was creating, and he asked me if I'd be interested in doing on air. And from there, I came over as a host, and just can't imagine doing anything else now that I've stepped into this.
91.5 Jazz and More is a non-commercial, jazz-oriented radio station broadcasting here from the campus of UNLV. Sam says she's loved working here at the station, but is ready to try something new since she will be graduating this upcoming May.
I know that my time here with KUNV is kind of short because I'm going to be training some new students to come in and replace me once I go. But long term, my ideal goal would be to be a host with BBC Radio 1 in London. If I could do anything, it would be that or working with NPR. 91.5 Jazz and More. Well, my friends, it's that time. Sam Mann signing off from the studios.
Reporting from Studio G, I'm Madison McHenry.
You can tune in and listen to Sam Mann weekdays from 7 p.m. to midnight.
If you commute to UNLV, then you know the struggle of having to find parking on campus. Cabria has the scoop.
Along with expensive tuition that every student has to pay, an additional fee is added just to park on campus. If you're one of the many students who commute to UNLV, then you know that Las Vegas traffic isn't the worst part about driving to campus. Along with expensive tuition that every student has to pay, an additional fee is added just to park on campus. If you're one of the many students who commute to UNLV, then you know that Las Vegas traffic isn't the worst part about driving to campus. Finding a parking spot on UNLV's campus can easily add an additional 15 minutes to your commute. Because UNLV's enrollment is growing year after year, parking spaces have become harder and harder to find.
It's probably because the campus keeps getting more crowded each year. Yeah, and I feel like every single year there's just more and more students. Yeah, like this campus is growing. Like 4 years ago, it wasn't as bad as how it is right now.
And how can students maybe avoid, being late to class and trying to find parking?
Honestly, like, I would just take like early morning classes and just get all the spots first, so you don't have to worry about like trading spots with people as you come to campus. At least that's like what I did. Yeah, when I was here.
Some students prefer to park off campus at remote lots, such as UNLV Gateway, because buying a parking pass is just too expensive.
I wish we could make more parking lots, I guess. I wish that there was an opportunity to just make more space available because of the amount of students and it's constantly increasing, right? So unless we find more parking, if we increase the parking available, I don't see how we can improve it.
Whether or not the university sees this as an urgent issue is yet to be determined. For Studio G, I'm Cabria Kirby.
Thank you, Cabria. I know that I wish there was more free parking at UNLV too.
One of our reporters, Hannah Kirschbaum, sits down with the creators of the new film, Takeout Girl, but first, here's a special look at the trailer.
You familiar with this area, ma'am?
No, not really.
Have you had anything to drink tonight?
No, sir.
You sure? The eyes are bloodshot red.
Nope, nothing. I just had a really stressful day.
Where you headed?
57th and Central. I think that's like right off Slauson.
I know. What's in that red bag?
Chicken chow mein.
I don't smell anything.
I'm sorry?
The food, I don't smell anything.
Oh, it probably got cold in traffic.
I need you to step out the car, ma'am.
Sir,
I asked you to step out the car, ma'am.
Wow, if that doesn't make your heart want to beat out of your chest, I don't know what will. Hello everyone, I'm Hannah Kirschbaum, and with me today are the creators, or some of the creators of the film we just got to see a sneak peek of. We have producer Melissa Del Rosario and the director of the film, Hassani Johnson. Thank you guys so much for coming in today, speaking with me. Thank you. Okay, so Melissa, I'm going to start with you. Can you just give our viewers just a brief rundown of what the film is all about?
So the film is about a young woman who she takes kind of extreme measures to do whatever it takes to get her family's struggling business.
We have a 20-year-old Asian American girl whose family business is just going down the tubes. And she's presented with an opportunity to parlay her delivery experience for her mom's restaurant into a drug delivery business. And the whole film is about seeing if her plans go as she planned.
What was the logo that I saw on like the little poster? It was like she will take out at all costs or something like that. Like that is no joke.
There's a couple posters. Yeah. We have one that feels a little bit more dangerous and one that definitely kind of embodies the youthful spirit of like, it's supposed to take place in Los Angeles, but we actually cheated Las Vegas for Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's kind of a segue into my next question. Being on the UNLV campus right now, Studio G, how did that all work location-wise and everything like that? Whose decision was it? Did it work out well? Oh. Was that the original?
That was this young lady.
Alyssa.
I mean, it's split. Like, we shot in several different locations. We actually did shoot here at UNLV for one day, which was a lot of fun, thanks to UNLV. And we found locations all over.
And I do have to say, like, I think it's incredible. I met MJ, who is a current UNLV student, and I've been making films for the better part of 15, 20 years. And she's probably the best producer I've ever had. getting us the location here at UNLV. I mean, you guys gotta take note. When you have producers like this just walking around, you have no excuse not to make pretty decent films.
Oh, that is for sure. And I must say, stalking your IMDb. I wanted to go through all of it, and I saw that you, up until this point, have made short films. So I saw Paralysis, Upper Hand. So this was your first official long feature film, Takeout Girl was.
Yeah, this was my first official feature film, and I'm so proud and so happy to say that I was able to do it with the cast and crew that we had. I mean, there's no director I know like Hassani Johnson, and of course Alberto Triana, Hedy Wong, the whole cast and crew, we couldn't have done it without.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So this is like the power team right here.
It turned into a family. She's like a little sister. Like, I can't say enough about her contribution, Hedy Wong's contribution, Alberto Triana, who's a UNLV alum as well.
Right.
Those guys, they kept me sane when I thought things were falling apart. This young lady got me locations last minute when we lost them.
Oh wow, that's amazing. And I was looking over Alberto Triana, which is the director of photography, right, for your guys' film. Those pictures were amazing. If pictures can speak 1,000 words, that for sure did it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, of course. I want to also, Hassani, pick your brain a little bit about the creative process. You know, you're a director, so how does that work, vision-wise, creatively, whatever, like that?
That's a really good question. For me, it starts with the people. Hedy Wong wrote the first draft of the script, the lead actress, and she produced the film. And when I met her, I'd never met a young woman, let alone an Asian American woman, who embodied the spirit that she did. So even if I was making a film about like playing tiddlywinks with her in it, I knew it was going to be a good film. So I think I started with the people. And I wrote a film where I knew it would be an interesting journey following a person with this personality trying to hop over these hurdles. And the storyline just kind of flowed from there. Her and I bouncing ideas back and forth, because she's actually based in LA and I'm based in Las Vegas. So it was a lot of phone calls. And even on the other side of things, I was able to bounce a lot of ideas off the people. When you surround yourself with really creative people and really wonderful people, it's kind of hard to miss, you know? So.
What would you say that the film is trying to accomplish? We know what it's about now, but did you successfully accomplish what you wanted to? As a producer, as a director?
You take half of that. You take half of that.
Well, I feel like we're still embarking on the festival circuit. We still have a few things to do. Like, we would love to have a theatrical release, have wide distribution, have lots of people have eyes on it. But I feel like from just this standpoint right now, it's accomplished a lot. Like, everyone that's seen it has been, I've seen it a million times, and I love it.
It depends on how you look at it, too.
I want to see it a million times. I cannot wait.
For me, when I made the film, when I wrote it, and I started casting it and getting everything together, the goal was to kind of bridge a cognitive gap between people who have things and have not.
Sure.
In this like post-Trump presidential era, there's a lot of, our own president called certain people bad guys. And I really wanted to make a film that challenged the nature of bad and good. So if you had a character who did bad things, but for a reason anyone can relate to, the film was going to be successful.
Yes, and let's talk about the CineQuest real quick Film Festival. What are your guys' expectations for that? The reason why we did this interview today was all because next week is that film festival. That's major.
So do you want to take it, or?
Sure, I'll go ahead. CineQuest was a film, technically it is huge. CNN, NBC, USA Today all named it the #1 film festival in the country. And that, non-curated film festivals. Like there's film festivals like Sundance, Tribeca, that really kind of select from workshops and labs. This film festival, they brag about picking 90% of their selections from blind submissions. It's one of those film festivals where the American dream is alive and well. Wow. So, and yesterday we just made the list of
top 15 films to catch at CineQuest. So it's,
oh my gosh,
it's pretty incredible.
One of the only films without major celebrity backing or a push. So again, CineQuest we can't say enough about, because they're big on pushing tomorrow's filmmakers, tomorrow's talent. And having a student filmmaker in my group and being on the campus of UNLV, I think it's important for them to take note of CineQuest, because it could be a big stepping stone for them in the future.
I love that. And just real quick before we go, how do we follow you guys, follow the film, get in touch, or whatever else?
So if you look up Takeout Girl Feature Film on Instagram, Takeout Girl Film on Facebook, or just like follow us. If you type in Takeout Girl on Google, you'll find a few articles about us. Thank you.
And I'm at Hisani J on Instagram and Hisani on Twitter.
Shout out to Hisani J.
Yes.
Well, again, thank you guys so much for coming in today. I wish you the best of luck next week, and hopefully we get a follow-up of what happened at the festival circuit. So
thank you.
Thank you. All right, and back to you, Sam.
Thank you. Are you paying for an outside gym membership? Well, all UNLV students have access to the Student Recreation and Wellness Center. Ralph Gallo has the story.
UNLV Student Recreation and Wellness Center offers an abundance of amenities for students to use.
Working out. I like the gym, the basketball courts upstairs and down.
Yeah, we mostly use like the weights, but we're tiptoeing and the other levels. I feel like they have a wide variety of different like workout equipment and any of the classes. I haven't taken any classes yet, but I want to.
Although students are busy with their class and work schedules, the Wellness Center is open to all students who attend UNLV. Students may not know this important information, but the UNLV Recreation and Wellness Center is included with their semester tuition.
Check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I canceled Planet Fitness because they're literally paying for it with their tuition, so don't pay for anything else when you're literally going to be here for school anyway. So
Maybe pay attention to the breakdown of your tuition statement.
Make sure you check out the UNLV Recreation and Wellness Center located beside the Tropicana parking garage. Reporting for Studio G, I'm Ralph Gallo.
So if you're a student at UNLV, make sure you check out the Student Recreation and Wellness Center.
Las Vegas is a city filled with unique and bizarre history. One of our reporters has been looking for places with such histories. Dominic has the story.
Rhoads Ranch. At a glance, it's just one of many communities in Las Vegas. But this community has a house with a dark past. 240 Royal Wood Court. This house hasn't had someone living in it for years. The house has been tied up in legal disputes and a past that seems almost surreal. Metro Homicide Open Case File. On October 12th, 2000, Patrick Sheen was discovered dead, shot to death, in this very house. On October 18th, 2000, an arrest warrant was issued for Sheen's live-in girlfriend, 38-year-old Jenny Liang, who had been living with Sheen for about 9 months. About a week before Sheen's body was found, Liang quit her job at the Mirage as a dealer. She also called Sheen's office, where he worked as an insurance agent, and said he'd be going out of town for about a week. Liang then took her 1999 four-door Mercedes to another ex-husband's house and gave it to him. According to police, this man had custody of her 14-year-old son from a previous relationship. Liang then fled to China prior to the discovery of Sheen's body, leaving the case unsolved. The story of this house does not end here, but the rest is for another time.
Wow, what a crazy story. It's hard to believe there's even more to come. Tune in next week for the conclusion of this story.
Esports is making its way to UNLV with the startup of Checkpoint XP on campus. Madison has the story.
Hello everyone, my name is Madison McHenry, reporting here from the campus of UNLV, where I'm about to watch the live taping of Checkpoint XP on campus. Let's take a look! UNLV's Greenspin School of Journalism and Media Studies is proud to launch Checkpoint XP on campus. To find out more about Checkpoint XP, I sat down with the host, Daniel Abuya.
So Checkpoint XP is a esports and gaming based a news group, but what I'm working on is Checkpoint XP on campus. So Checkpoint XP on campus is a spin-off show where we focus on the collegiate side of esports.
Esports is still very new to most college campuses, but Daniel believes that it's going to be bigger than people think.
I do think esports is something that is going to become big in the future. It's already kind of like, it's really growing in an audience, and I think that the universities have an opportunity to capitalize on that with terms of like esports teams supporting it, having so much viewership. There's so many ways colleges get involved in it.
Reporting from Studio G, I'm Madison McHenry.
go to checkpointxp.com. While Checkpoint XP is making its way onto the UNLV campus, so many sports are still going on this weekend. Come out to Earl E. Wilson Baseball Stadium to see the Rebels take on Crichton tomorrow through Sunday. Well, that's all the time we have here on Studio G today. Tune in Tuesday at 12 p.m. on Studio G's Facebook page or UNLV's Media and Journalism YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. I'm Samantha Nunley.
And I'm Ethan Stott, and this is Studio G.